Hi guys, welcome to Cinnamon Reviews here on YouTube and on Instagram, and today I have a Kringle candle review for you guys. So before I get started, I just wanted to say that this is my experience with this candle. That being said, I do know that certain scents from Kringle change and differ based on the batch that the candle is from. So that, again, going back to what I said, this is my experience from this candle from whatever batch this is from. So if you experience something different, good for you. I'm just explaining what I get in terms of fragrance, strength, and throw from this candle. Okay, so let's get started. So Pumpkin Waffles. This is their 2-wick format, the large 2-wick format. So we have top notes of brown sugar, toasted waffles, cinnamon, mid notes of pumpkin spice, maple syrup, creamy butter, base notes of warm woods accord, amber vanilla accord. So I got this candle during, well, it's still going on, their 30% fall, 30% off their fall candles. So I purchased this candle during that sale. When I received this in the mail, and you guys can go back to my first impression fall Kringle candle haul. So this candle, I know as strange as it sounds, it reminds me of cherry pie minus a cherry. So the pastry note that is in this candle reminds me of the pastry note that's in cherry pie. And I know this is a toasted waffle, and I know over there that's like a pastry or crust. But I'm telling you, when I first sniffed this candle, I'm like, did they give me the correct candle? I honestly was like super scared. Because I was like, all I smell is like a pastry note. I kind of got more creaminess in this candle than the cherry pie. Again, you have that creamy butter and then the amber vanilla accord too. So that's what I just got on cold. So I was very worried. I'm like, great. I want a true pumpkin waffle type of scent because I was not going to purchase pumpkin pecan waffles from Bath and Body Works because that does not, like, I don't know, that does not sound good to me whatsoever when I smelled it. So I was like, no. So yeah, let's get to while this is burning. So while this is burning, again, I get no pumpkin in this whatsoever. Going back to my intro, it might be because of the batch. I'm glad that this specific candle did not come out in a 4-wick because I would have purchased this in a 4-wick and I would have been super upset because I really don't get any pumpkin in here. So while this is burning, I do get a nice note. I'm not saying that I hate this candle, but when I bought this candle, I signed up to smell a pumpkin-y waffle type of fragrance. However, all I'm getting here is a waffle note. So yes, it kind of smelled like a pastry note. It kind of does still smell like a pastry note, but it does lean more towards waffle. I get a hint of maple syrup and a very, very faint hint of pumpkin spice when I'm actually next to the candle. Like, I really don't get pumpkin spice at all. And I know some people were worried about like the warm woods accord or the amber vanilla. I don't get any woodsiness from this candle whatsoever. All I'm getting is the toasted waffles, a hint of maple syrup, and some sort of spice. It's probably a combination of the cinnamon, brown sugar, pumpkin spice, but I can only smell that when I'm like zoomed into the candle. Yeah, I do not get a strong pumpkin-y smell whatsoever. I just get a waffly scent, waffle/pastry scent with a hint of maple. I do like this fragrance. I think I gave it a 7 out of 10 on my Instagram, but I would not repurchase this because, again, I was looking for a nice pumpkin waffle scent, and this was not it. It is nice. I'm enjoying it while I do have it, but honestly, this is not a repurchase for me. If you've experienced something else in terms of the fragrance, please let me know in the comment box down below because, again, a lot of people, I think it was Enel or something. That's his YouTube account, INELL. He purchased Mummy Marshmallow. He got his first box, he loved it, and the second box it smelled completely different. And it was the same candle. So again, Kringle is inconsistent with the fragrance, depending on the batch. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. You know, sometimes it's a good thing because you're like, okay, yes, I get more. For example, in this case, I get so much pumpkin. Or in some case, some people love more waffles and a hint of pumpkin. So I do think that's something to know and take in if you are purchasing from Kringle. Again, I do like this fragrance. It's just not what I was expecting. So let's get to in terms of strength and performance. So if you go to the side right here, a nice wax pool. Right here, there is some wick residue in the wax pool right there. Okay, so let's get to this in terms of strength and throw. So in my bedroom, powerhouse. I would say I think if you're using my scale, 7 is a powerhouse in my master bedroom and it lingers into the bathroom. So the whole area there. I would give this a 7.5, maybe 8, because when I put this 2-wick vessel in my open concept area, I can smell it. But I'm not smelling the pumpkin, I'm just smelling a sweetness in the air. So I would give it a 7.5, 8, but it's not like you would enter my house and be like, oh, this is definitely pumpkin waffles. No, I would just think like, oh, this is a nice pastry type of scent. I've had no issues with the wicks. Again, one thing Kringle does well is their burn. I love their burn. It's so nice, and I'm so glad that I actually found this company, Kringle. I am slowly trying to transition to only buying soy wax, just because it's way better in every type of aspect. So anyways, I do like the burn of Kringle candles. And this, considering that it's a 2-wick, I'm very impressed by the performance because there's also been some issues with Kringle and in terms of their strength and performance. Okay, guys, that's it. Overall, I do like this scent, but this would not be a repurchase for me. If other people are getting certain batches and they're like, oh my God, I smell the pumpkin, maybe I would repurchase this again because, again, I bought this because I wanted a pumpkin type of scent because I love pumpkin. However, this was definitely not the candle for me. If you like waffles or like a pastry dominant scent, this would be for you. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, a subscribe, and let me know down in the comment box below if you experience the same thing with this candle, if you're expecting more pumpkin or you're happy that you got more waffles, or if you got something that's like 50-50. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.